How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's raining outside, baby. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. There we go. It is raining outside. Boop. There we go. I said, there we go. I gotta sort these. It's showing on Facebook. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Susu asking for my cash app. It's a Lulu I love. The cash app is a Lulu I love. Last night I was thinking and I was like, yeah, you're thinking too much. Okay. Know your limits, honey. And stick to your limits at this time. Cause I was like, that could be something special I do for the Instagram people. Do a one question. You can cash at me and do a one question in the inbox. No, not gonna happen. But it was a thought. Maybe somebody else can do it. Hey Dime, hey Jerem, hey Precious, everybody in here. Hello. It's sunny in Canada. Okay. It's a raining, and it was raining last night. Mm. It was raining last night, and it was just thundering. I was like, yes. It was like the angels was whooping some butt. I was like, yes, whoop some butt, child. Cause it had to be something bigger than just I was like, yes, get into it, honey. Cleanse and clear it all out. Help those who need to be helped. They asking for assistance. They are open to it. May they slumber. Have them no longer wonder or ponder if they gonna be all right. Baby, baby, what would drive me? I don't know what you responding to. I could do one question. I don't know. I gotta finish up some stuff first. I can't even offer that today. Hey honey. I just did a live on YouTube for a pep talk. And I gotta to finish up these personal reads. I also have to, from what I can say, right? Finish up these personal reads as well as do the indie reads and the homework for the seller and the foyer. I mean, it's not a lot to do the one question because I be up so late, okay? But I still be working on other stuff too. You know what I mean? I know y'all think that, uh, a lot of us readers just, we got time to read you down all day long because, you got the gift, you might as well, well, honey, the gift is not all about that. Okay. I got stuff to create so that because the 90-day journey to mindfulness is part of my legacy, ain't it? Baby, better calm down. Now, it's not all about the dinero, the cheese, the stacks. Mm. Narrow, cheese, the stacks. Mm. But I do like helping people. But I also know because I had to come to terms with this some time ago because I had been given so much, so much, so much, and no matter how much I would give, people would still be like, "What about this? What about that?" People would be ungrateful as I don't know what all that does. All that does. You know, I'm human. Okay. That's why when people would be like, "You came to me and you helped me and you came to me," like that's what's so cool about it. Got me working in the astral too. I ain't tripping on that because we heavy down here in this body. Our assignments have so much to do with us getting in alignment with our assignment first and foremost, right? And continually being open to the teachings and learnings of this life that have to do with our assignment. So then when you go into a space, hey Kanoke, the beauty fair, good evening, darling. How you enjoying this rain, honey? Even when you know And over the years, because it's like, I want to give. I'm gonna people need this, need that, and it's like I be done gave so much info. I'm like, I gave you the answer to what you just asked me. But I think that sometimes, and I do get it, I do understand. Sometimes people want me to tell them, or they want to hear it from me. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's the equivalent of if you got uh people that are close to you and they already really have the answer, but they just they're not trying to get you to make a decision. They just want to merge viewpoints, right? So I get that, right? But I also understand that when it comes to my assignment, I can't do things the way that I did them, or there would be no growth. I would be saying, yeah, okay, God, but hold on. Let me finish doing this. Hold on, God. Let me finish doing it the way I've been doing it. Hold on, God. I'm not ready for that part. You keep saying you ain't ready. All right. Duty calls, honey. All right. So that's just a brief word for anybody that, if you're in alignment with your assignment, that's how it goes. We can hold on to things so long and it's going to be ripped from you. And it's like, didn't I say stop doing it like that? Didn't I say, didn't I say, I bet. I was talking to a young lady today. I didn't know. I was wondering, really nice young lady, um, at this store I be going to. This little counter store. Y'all know I like a good counter store. Okay. And I heard her listening to something, right? And I was like, is that you talking? And she was like, yeah, that's me. I be listening to my lives. I be doing that sometimes too. And she was like, yeah, because people be going off and doing this and, they be saying this and that. Excuse me. People be going off and blah, blah, blah. I said, she said, I be right on their ass. And I was like, you don't have to give them, I ain't saying nothing wrong with going off, okay? I ain't saying, because we still human, right? I ain't saying nothing wrong with going off, but I was like, you may not want to give them too much more attention, right? Because it's like, if that's what you're looking for, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, yeah, that plus they be having some good information too. Like some of the people I respond to them about stuff, I was like, yeah, keep it with it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, people that come in and keep on attacking you and all that stuff, all they doing is they just need a little more. It's the equivalent of once people, because it's a energy realm that people be in. Because you'll notice that you got people who will hop on a hate train and don't even know why they hopping on a hate train. Yeah, that bitch feet fucked up. I seen you because they done did the damn picture like this. Oh, and then somebody screenshot it and make a post. I know this bitch ain't talking with them feet like that. Like, so shit, bitch, own them feet. If you feel like it, respond, respond. If not, you got to keep it moving. Because what happens is if you allow negative influences to continue to have you, if you keep on responding, then that's all your conversation about. That's all that the level in which you will remain in your assignment. You won't have room for growth. You won't have room for elevated conversations with people who may be good clients. Because it's one thing to have a customer, it's another thing to have a client, right? A client is a recurring customer. They you built your repertoire with them and them with you, right? So I was discussing that with her or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm like, fuck that shit. I said, because at the end of the day, more than likely the people who are coming for you either ain't where you are, they want to be where you are. You may say something that offended them and now they triggered and now they want to fight you and all this right here, so they beat your ass through the keyboard or whatever. Bitch, hit me, hoe, hit me. You know what I mean? So it's neither here nor there, because it's not like I ain't been through it before. Remember, I used to respond all the time, bitch. I'd be like, I know a bitch didn't say, trying to clear up shit, bitch. I'm not finna be clearing up nothing when I got all these people I came on here to help. I came on here to spread this word and continue to do it. It used to be that I used to come in to spread the word and go take a nap. Y'all know that used to be my most, my to do. Okay, like, look, I'm finna give y'all this information and boop boop. And so, and I was responding to everything because it's like, when you so real and tell so much of the truth, people gonna really feel like you talking directly to me. You must know she tapped into me. Like, okay, that's not how this works. A lot of people be listening to reads and stuff and don't understand how this stuff works, right? They don't understand. Like, I understand that there's not, everybody don't work the same when it comes to reading. I understand that as well. But overall, if I had 5,000 people watching my channel and I had to explain this one time, right? If I got 5,000 people on my channel and you see 100 and some comments on the channel and different people saying how it resonates with, it be simple made. You see different people saying exactly how it resonates. That used to be back in the day when y'all used to write paragraphs and shit. You know what I mean? And we used to go back. I used to be able to communicate with y'all back then, right? But you see all these people in these comments, because I remember having to tell some people, like, you really think this is only about you? You really think that I done zoomed in on your life? Baby, I don't got time for that. I don't even know you. Like, what? And that's against the code of ethics. Like, what are you talking about? And so people would really be, like, obsessed. They would become obsessed because they don't know how this works, but they didn't hop their ass over here on this side of town. Don't come to this house if you don't know how this house works. You can't compare this house to other houses. You cannot come and look, and you need to ask questions. People will really do that. And so that taught me a lesson as well. It's like, some people just, it ain't there. They don't understand how this works. You got some people who do, some people who don't. You got people who you'll be done told them so much of the truth and they feel like you done judged them. Bitch, I don't know none of y'all. If you look again in the comments, you see it's more than one person saying that parts of this resonates with them. That's number one. So how is it that I'm coming for you? You feel so triggered. Instead of figuring out why you triggered, figuring out what it is. That's why I've created the note taker template. Instead of figuring out why you were so triggered, instead of figuring out what it is that has you feeling some type of way, is it really me? I rub you the wrong way. Now ask yourself, why is it that I rub you the wrong way with what I said? You don't like my eyebrows, bitch? Okay, so that's why you don't like what I said. You just came in and got a bad vibe. Click off. It's simple. People really get up in their feelings. Y'all be amazed, like the stuff that goes on. Like, it really shows you a lot about the psyche of different types of people. A lot of people are not using their critical thinking. That's why, I've heard a lot of people. Like, I've heard a lot of people say that school, continuing education, as far as like college or what have you, is a sham, it's a scam, it's a ripoff, or what have you. Okay, what about other programs? Because I went to, I was about to say the name of it. You know that's a no-no, bitch, because it be some detectives on this motherfucker. But what about vocational schools or schools that have to do with teaching business or something that has to do with, I'm talking about teaching some type of critical thinking, like for real. Because even with your critical thinking, it'll have you to be able to hold yourself accountable where you need to when it comes up, or what have you. Have you have better conversations with people? You know what I'm saying? Have you in a space where you it'll even cure help to relieve you of social anxiety as well. Like, critical thinking has so many beautiful attributes, so many helpful ways of allowing people to, like, even with emotional intelligence, right? Thank you, Kanoke. Exactly, precious. That's why I was telling her. I was like, focus on the people that you connecting with, right? And I meant to tell her, and be mindful of that too, because oftentimes this is the internet, and sometimes I said sometimes people feel like you on there going live every day or what have you for a moment in time. It's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, sometimes 8 days in a week, and it's more to life than just being on here. People really think that they know people online. Yeah, because this right here and this, they be trying to put two and two together. Baby, you don't live with them people. You don't know them people like that. Is that what they said? Can you go and talk to them? Critical thinking. Um, and it's like people that got something going on, or even are in a space where they have the ability to discern spirits, and they know what it is that's going on with them as well as outside of them. Because a lot of times it's more of, do you know what's going on with you first and foremost, right? So yeah, whatever. Yeah, just gotta make, that's what I was saying. People see you only for a short moment of time. They that y'all experience one another, right? Even though y'all can't see each other, y'all experience, it's an experience, right? And people sometimes get so caught up in, they know you, or they are a part of your life. Only what is shared, or what it is that is in that space, right? It's just, because we were talking about that too. I was like, girl, just She was like, shit, I ain't mad. She said, I ain't involved to that level. I said, bitch, you gangster hoe. But she said, I ain't involved to that level yet. I'm like, I don't even think it has to do with it. You just make up your mind. Like, do you really want to keep going back and forth with people? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you? You know? Hey, Nubian, thank you for the other day, Pooh. But you know, it's just very interesting, right? Um, because I was also like, you know, you got to be careful because the fucked up part about it is we talking and all this right here, but you got people you wouldn't even know that they are aware of who you are. So you just out doing your thing, but you don't know what's going on and what's on a person's mind out here in these streets. That's the other part of this shit, right? So I think that some people covet this type of stuff too. And I'm telling you right now, don't covet a damn thing. But what has been shown to you about your assignment, you need to be coveting what it is, who you're gonna be in the future. You covet what it is that you're gonna be doing in the future. Covet how you're gonna be living in the future. If you're gonna covet something, okay, I know how to spell it. COVET. Hello, spelling bee me. Hello. I went through that when I was just starting out. I realized it can play on your mental. Respond less and let folks talk. If you're used to responding to negativity, you will always have to respond because they're going to keep going. They gonna keep going. You show people, this what gets me. You show people what if you show people what you deem as a weakness, that's what they gonna use against you. Right? And then in this line of work, you reading for other readers, and so they try to do the shit, and it's like that's why you have to master the art of sharing what it is that I already that ain't fucking with you. And whatever is fucking with you, go ahead and make peace with it and know that you're gonna work through it, even if you haven't presented that to the public. It's very important. You know what I mean? Because it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense because you got so much on your plate. You know what I'm saying? And if you feed that, and if you want to look at it in a certain type of way, y'all know I'm willing to do that. If you want to look at it in a spiritual sense, okay, whatever it is that you are responding to, right? You begin to respond and you angry or in your emotions. You can say that you ain't, but you probably are a little bit right there, right? You responding to it and you just going back and forth with people who you can't even see. Number one, you don't know what they look like, where they at. They could be right outside your motherfucking place arguing with you. Wait till this bitch come out here, bitch. Keep it on you. So you could easily be doing that, right? In the spiritual sense, that remember that double dutch, right? Something always waiting. When you going back and forth with yourself, going back and forth with a negative, low vibrational motherfucker, you just going back and that motherfucker just sitting there like, bitch, I'm gonna jump in. And it do. Because you opened yourself up to that. Now you open yourself up to more. Oh, I should have said this. Wait till I get back on there tomorrow. I'm going to say this. I'm going in like this. Oh, the motherfucker, block them. They keep on just blocking. Shit. Because at the end of the day, it don't be worth it. People don't be worth it. Even they having to just keep on explaining yourself over and over again to people who, they don't want to understand. They don't want to listen. They just want you to stay where you are right there because it probably even turn them on. Look at it like that. Like this turning that weird motherfucker on, ain't it? Bitch, I'm not finna be doing it. You got to think of it in a fucked up way sometimes. Like this might be turning that motherfucker on or something. Man, I ain't finna do that. You know what I mean? Like think about it like that. Because if you want to think about it any other way, anytime somebody trying to start shit with you and you don't even know this motherfucker, they just mad because, like I told her, because, she got her business and all that. I'm like, motherfuckers sitting up there arguing with you. Motherfuckers that's on their grind and doing stuff and making shit happen will be more inspired by somebody that's making shit happen than sitting up being jealous. I can't stand a jealous gene, okay? I can't stand a motherfucker with a jealous gene in their body, okay? Jealous genes fester. It's inherited. So I was telling her, I said, man, look at it like this. More than likely, whoever it is that's coming at you like that and always got something to say and probably got about 5 or 6 goddamn pages. Ain't no telling. They be having so many troll accounts chat. And going back and forth with their stuff. That's the other part. They be sitting, that's how they'll try to trick you too. Be going back and forth with their stuff about something and it be them and they friends. The friends in their head and sometimes they have just a group of. They'll make about 5 or 6 pages and be going back and forth with themselves like that. Yeah, because she did. I agree. Like, bitch, y'all agreeing. Okay. I look at it like that, too. You know what I mean? Because that is a huge possibility and it's a strong chance of snap. All right? So you gotta view things in a certain type of way. Cause I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be doing all that. I'm like the people that's probably trying to start shit and all that right there. Them hoes probably ain't even nowhere near where you at. Ain't even nowhere near even trying to get off their ass and on their feet. Ain't even nowhere near, you know what I'm saying? Cause anybody can find a flaw in anything. No, nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. You can find a flaw in anything. But if you're constantly looking for a flaw in another person, that and then number one, you don't even know this motherfucker. You looking for a flaw in strangers, you don't even know them motherfuckers. You just need something to strengthen you with your weak ass. Said what I said. Ooh, it's a little thunder. I think that was thunder. Ooh. All right, let's get a word in. That was my third cough on here. Okay. That's it. Kano say at battle with themselves. Bitch, go battle with yourself. Why you trying to make everybody else miserable? I want everybody to dislike this motherfucker. Y'all don't see what I see. Can you please check your eyes? And who even cares? Let people enjoy themselves. If you feel like they stupid, let them be stupid then. I'm trying to wake these motherfuckers up about this person. Okay, so why it ain't more people in agreement with you? You got to create a whole tribe of people to be in agreement with you. I don't like that either. I remember when people used to be on there talking about, is it just me? I respond to be like, bitch, it is just you. And block them because it still go to her email. His or her email. Anytime people get on there, is it just me? You looking for support to stand on your 10 about what you feeling about a motherfucker. Come to me like a woman, bitch. Don't get on here. I don't like it. Bitch, just come on here like a woman. And go and put that shit out there. Line it up. Is it just me? Don't it look like trying to get some support? You can't even be seen and still need people to back you up. You can say whatever the fuck you want to on these internets. And you need people to support you and back you up. That mean even in your real life, you need people to support you and back you up. That mean that even in your real life, you ain't got no real motherfuckers around you. Cause by now somebody should have checked that shit. Hello. Okay. Somebody should have checked that shit. All right. Who the hell want to be around a motherfucker like that? Not me. Nobody checked that. You ain't got nobody around you gonna tell you the truth. So just be mindful. That go for anybody, whether you have to deal with, stuff online or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I told her, I said, because she was like, I ain't elevated to that space. I said, it ain't that you don't you get in a space where you ain't got, it ain't like you, because you still human, right? Sometimes you gotta go ahead and draw a map verbally, publicly, but you don't have to do it as much as talking to people who support you and you chit-chatting with or what have you. You don't have to acknowledge every bit of bitch, or you don't have to acknowledge every neck, because sometimes it ain't even that they probably wrong or whatever. Maybe sometimes people want to debate. That's the other part. Sometimes people want to debate. Maybe you say something that they want to debate with, right? And like that's why. Well, for me, if somebody want to go back and forth about something that I said, right? If you want to go back and forth about something that I said, first and foremost, I'm gonna test the spirit, and then I'm gonna test the logic. Cause I'm not going back and forth with nobody that don't even know what the fuck. Like somebody, I was like, yeah, the energy of this and that. And somebody was like, what do you mean by energy? Do you mean I was like, block. Cause I knew the motherfucker was being petty. Discern the spirit first and foremost. Feel the room. Read the room. Pick up the vibe and see what's going on, right? Because even in their previous comments, they were saying slick shit. But now when you asking me this, I am willing to, converse and explain. But not just with no any goddamn body. Why I'm sitting up here talking and you asking me this. You trying to throw off the whole conversation. You know what I mean? It be some wild west ass shit. Exactly. Kano said she got a brutally honest friend that's gonna tell her the truth. You gotta have at least one person around you gonna tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help them. Okay. Even like when people would go in on me about they were trying to This is back. Y'all know we in Mercury, so bitch, we talking. When they would be like, how you this and how you that, how you trying to tell somebody that and tell somebody blah blah blah, and like Susu just said, it was on that type of level. Like Susu was like, one day I went off on somebody, and let a little bit hood out, okay, right, and it's like, I'm a work in progress. I ain't never said that wasn't what that was, and if you don't know how this stuff over here works, then you know, you ain't gotta be over here. You ain't gotta watch it. You don't like it, okay. You gonna leave a comment and say you don't like it, all right. But the thing about it is they'll be saying they don't like it and still be commenting on other shit. Okay, what is it then? Okay, you got a fever, all right. But at the end of the day, right, it's about growth anyway, right? We out here going through what it is that we need to and how we need to. All right, let's get us a quick message up out of here. Yeah, that's all it is. It's a lot of unhealed amethyst say it's a lot of unhealed individuals that project their misfortunes onto others. For real, so you got to. You got to. Oh, this is what I was thinking earlier too. I want to tell y'all, for those of y'all who do go to church, and okay, for those of you who do go to church, sometimes you may want to ask. I don't know. Do they have? Now, hear me out. Do they have like things that y'all like when y'all do y'all tithes and offering? Do y'all have a space on there now where y'all can like put in a request, ask a question, you know what I mean? Not like ask for prayers, but like how to handle certain situations. Cause maybe sometimes you don't know what to do and how to go through it. Like, do they explain that to y'all? Cause that's something that really needs. I don't know. I was thinking about that when I put my hair on. Okay, before I put my covering on my crown. I was like, I wonder if they ask they pastor that because we live in a time where y'all really, it's important that y'all are well versed in the polarities and know how to defend yourselves and how to really go about it in a way, designed with where you are in your space and time, what it is that you are, you know what I'm saying, how you fucking around out here. That's why they not letting me in no church to talk right there. Oh, it's through Cash App. It's through Cash App. What's through Cash App? It was good, wrapped in spirit always. Mm-mm. Cause you know what, Susu? Susu say she ain't never heard me go off in fear or being vicious. Because you know what? I know that the power of the tongue, and I know that if I say certain things, shit do be happening. And if I go there, that's why I can't even go there because I'm be in there. I told y'all that before. Like if I really just go over there, just think about that. My shadow side is Aries. Can y'all imagine me as an Aries? Oh, the words and the raps and the reverbs. The words and the reverb. Ah, man, Cham. Ain't no space on the envelope. It's through Cash App. What's through Cash App? You can ask a question through Cash App. Oh yeah. And shout out to the people who crossed all the way over or never was on this side, but they do be watching our videos on the tube, right? The people that are prophets and prophetess and stuff that be watching our channels on the tube and then take it over there to the church folks, right? Because a lot of them church folks don't be over here like that. Only y'all motherfuckers that y'all trying to figure it out, okay? So for those people that's over there, real quick, I'm gonna look back over there at y'all in a minute. For those people who shout a word and but they be coming over here watching us and then go to their channels and going to their people and trying to share some of the information that and find it in the Bible how to share it and all of that. My thing is this: be careful. because a lot of stuff that we say goes way deeper than where you are talking about what you are talking about. You got to be mindful of what it is that you are saying and make sure that you are really so strong in your spirit and your connection, regardless of who you are. That when you share certain information, that you put a covering over the people that you are speaking to when you come over here on this side getting information. We know what we doing over here. All right. So you want to be very mindful of how you are sharing certain information that you're trying to tie in a way to make it seem as though, oh, y'all ain't never heard this before, like put like this, because you trying to you doing be careful. All right. Because the way that we do stuff over here comes with a lot of responsibility. So you want to be very careful, and especially if you call yourself sharing in a way that you are a man or a woman of God. You are someone who's standing on the Bible like that. You want to be very careful. All right. And this ain't nothing to try to put no fear in nobody or make nobody scared or nothing like that. I'm telling you what it is. Because number one, if you don't know the word and all of the extensions of the word, I'm talking about you done went out up and through there, and you have been actually called to spread and talk about certain things on that in that way. That means that you connected to stuff that you wouldn't even want to discuss anyway. You connected in a way that would be, you know, you connected in a way that will allow for you to spread those words, but also know the responsibility that comes with that. Because a lot that comes with spreading these words and talking to y'all and saying certain things to y'all that is very sacred information and having to bring it in down to earth in layman terms, it is very important that when y'all, whoever y'all are, take what y'all getting from over here from us and try to cross it up and put it in a certain type of way, it's a huge responsibility. And if you're not ready for it, you can go into a space where you may scare yourself or be fearful of what it is that you actually see that's connected like that. Because when you come over here watching us or what have you, we are activators. We can activate you on a whole other realm and have you really see the truth on the other side of everything. Because you said that you are ready. That's why you over here in the first place. And a lot of times people who are well versed in the word, right? They are well versed in the word, but they are not well versed in all of the books and all of the connections and how it all really works. Okay, come on now, somebody. That's a huge responsibility. And when you come over here and get activated, right, it's the equivalent of opening a portal, connecting to something, something outside of what it is that you may be used to. You just think that you're just watching a video. You need to be mindful of the videos you watch. You may want to watch videos where people are not showing their face then. You may want to watch videos where people are not standing so hard on their truth and you can't see it. Because if you got a discerning spirit, you're going to know the right people to watch in the first place. But I would also really very much so suggest that y'all be very mindful of the type of information that y'all are trying to take and trying to mix it up and put it in certain types of ways. Because it's not like that. It's not of God. It's just that when you get the plan like that, because the one thing you don't do that. Because you have a huge responsibility, especially if you have a huge following. If you keep playing, then you're going to get shown something. And if you are not well versed in the Bible, why would you even be doing that anyway? Because if you don't even know how to protect yourself in a way that, because it's one thing, like a lot of people that do that feel as though, sometimes people be like, we are, it's a spiritual warfare and this, that, and the other, but they ain't been through it in a way that, like, it's some real life shit be going on. Have anything ever just came and just walked around your house like that and just talking shit to you like that? You got to really, stand on your 10 about certain types of shit, and you got to be so strong because you will get tested like that. So don't be playing with people like that. Because when you say that you're standing for people and you really out here doing what you came here to do, and, one of the biggest tests about that is, are you really a warrior for God? Are you really somebody that's really, is what you saying all this to these people, and you this is what you're saying? You ready to go to this next level? Let me show you something. Or do you want to stay where you at and play it safe and stop going over there and listen to them folks over there? That's why I sent a bunch of y'all back to church the other years. Last 2-3 years, I sent a lot of y'all back. I've gone back to church. Okay. Because the work that has to be done on a whole other level, it ain't for everybody. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all like that. A lot of people want to be trained up. They want to be in a space where... A lot of people want to be trained up and they want to be in a space where they can fight on all these different levels. Baby. talk to God about it first before you try to come over here and you know what I mean. I'm just saying. Remember, I was doing all those studies the other year. I supposed to be reading down, ain't I? But remember, I was doing all of those studies the other year, and it was like I was studying, doing a lot of case studies. Case studies to me are just, I just go into research mode and just be watching stuff and listening and seeing how it's like, how does that work? Like, what is going on, right? So in my research, and when I was sending y'all on back too, right? In my research, what I realized is there's a lot of confusion that came through. Now, I'm not against or for whatever. I don't care what y'all got going on. Y'all beliefs are y'all beliefs, baby. All right. I just ask that everybody do the right thing for the right reason. You know what I mean? Stand on your 10, do your work as it comes to you. Don't try to force anything. Do things as it comes to you. And in my research, I realized that a lot of people were trying to find the truth in certain situations. People were trying to find where they from and trying to find a tribe. It was just a lot of different reasons why people were doing certain things. All right. And one of the biggest things is that a lot of people were hurt in a lot of the different communities. It's spiritual communities too, right? However you look at it. There's different communities or groups that people were a part of, even the church, right? Nothing against whatever y'all got going on. I'm just saying what I found in my research. And the common denominator was people were awakened in a way that they want to know more, they want to learn more, but nothing was actually. It's one thing to do the work, self work, right, and just whatever it is that you are, where you are led, you are fed, instead of just reaching for straws. Ain't nothing sticking. It's just you got all this information and you still confused. You still don't know, right? So that's why you get in tune with your star player and get in alignment with your assignment so that you can be guided in a way so that you will know what it is that what's for your plate and what's not. Ain't no sense in having one motherfucking plate, a salsa. Your plate's supposed to be a salsa. And you trying to fill it up with a whole bunch of stuff from the buffet. Big booty Judas. Calm down. That was another common denominator. People were trying to find all these different ways of doing this, that, and the other. It got confusing. The confusion started when they started pushing that vegan and vegetarian agenda back then, and a lot of holistic stuff. A lot of people started getting into stuff. Hell, even when you do certain stuff, it tell you to do a skin test, don't it? Test a small strip of hair. So before you do certain stuff, you still have to read the room. So people were getting into so much stuff, and then they got so far into it because they were doing it not in moderation. They were doing it in a space where sometimes you just learn a little bit and then move your ass on. Okay, like yeah, that's too much. That's too much going on, or what have you. What you mean? You need the lip of a goat and the ear of a baby calf, and I live in a big city. Like, what kind of shit is that? Okay? Like, it's too much, ma'am. Go back to church, ma'am, or wherever you came from. But a lot of them were just getting into stuff. But the thing was, like, they were trying to self-medicate or self-treat with natural remedies. But natural remedies can also be toxic as well. And then you ain't went to no doctor because it was all intertwined. A lot of those things just were out. I just began to realize, like, a lot of that stuff was all intertwined. Food, spirits. Well, all of that got to do with spirits, whatever. But don't ask me. But foods, beliefs, trying something new, trying stuff online. Remember I told y'all back then. I was like, I don't need to be discussing nothing about no arts no more, because in my search, I found that if people are not like back in my day, in a thousand years ago when I was on Earth, I don't even know if it was Earth. I don't know which one we gonna pull in, but that's years ago. Okay, they had schools for initiates. Everybody could not be initiated in certain stuff. You had to go through certain channels to be initiated. You had to go through certain channels to, you know what I mean? Like how I think the yogis do that. Everybody can't go and talk to an ascended master there, because like there's ascended masters here on Earth, right? Earth angels or what have you, mystics, right? Like actual shamans and stuff like that. Everybody can't go and just get taught certain things. You have to be initiated, but you have to like it's protocol. It's ways of doing it. So when I went through viewing how people were going through they were just doing stuff, right? And they got flipped out, tricked out. You know what I mean? And it's because a lot of information is online. People just be doing stuff and trying stuff and not even knowing the repercussions, right? Or not looking fully into certain things or what have you, right? So that was the other part of that as well. That was the other part of that as well. So it's like, thank you for the well, Susu say people are mostly looking to fix themselves instead of how to live. I don't know. It interconnects because some of them want to be better. They want a better life. They want to, um, do things in a certain type of way that has to do with their lifestyle, right? But that's where mentors or because I was even talking to my Reiki, the person who I got my Reiki mastership from, right? However you should say it. I got my Reiki master from her, and I had to sit down with her because of what happened in because the thing about Reiki, you don't just get no. Well, I look from and the way that she do it is the way that I would do it if I was initiating people. Well, the way that she did that, but we had a conversation about like how the process probably need to go moving forward. But the way that she did hers was perfect because it took me almost 2.5 years because even with COVID too, right? It took me almost 2.5 years to get my Reiki mastership, but it made sense because even with the first initiation, right? She wasn't gonna see us again till like 6 months for us to do number two. And then number three came way after that, which it all made sense because even when I got my number three, somebody passed and I had to be in that space. It was a beautiful, yet, it was a sad, but you know what I mean? But it was still beautiful too, energetically, because I just saw. But, anyways, and I was discussing with her because of all the things that I had been researching and seeing. I'm like, something gonna have to give. Something has to give because the person that was in class with us, right? Immediately, like some people can, like there was one person in class with us, she already had been doing her work or what have you. This was a natural thing for her, right? That was natural, like the way that she did it on a grander scale, cold with it. Okay, she just made sure that she went through the proper channels to be a master instead of opening a space and saying that she a master. She was that's just her. That was her bloodline. You could see it on her. You could just see it on her, on that level. Okay, this is other level. So there was one girl in the class who decided to go teach it in her yoga studio, and me and the my Reiki master, my teacher, agreed that that may not have been a good idea. A lot of times people think that you can just go out, you can learn this and just go out here and be doing stuff or what have you. Like I could have easily just went ahead and started doing it, right? I chose not to, even with my other healing mastership that I got. I could have easily started doing it too. Mm-mm. But because it's not meant for me to do that right now. But the girls started teaching it and doing it and all this right here, charging her arm and her leg. I said she charging $350 for the initial initiation, and she really read out the book because she copied all of the material that we given to go and teach it. It's not it's not sacred. Things are not as sacred as they used to be. These are mystery schools. Reiki is a mystery school. It should be taken like people use Reiki in the wrong motherfucking ways these days. That pissed me off. Okay? I do be pissed off on other levels. Okay? I've been here thousands and thousands of years. And yes, I had to be human in this kind of way, whatever, go through all that. But it pisses me off when things are done in that way. And I ain't got no control over it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural order of doing things. And that's the thing. It's a natural order of doing what work. If it's been working, it can keep working. You just have to change things for the times. It's been working for centuries. Entering mystery schools. It's been like even when we went for the Reiki one, she told us, certain things. That's why you don't see a whole lot of information. Well, I don't know if you do now, because people just don't take sacred stuff serious. But back then, it wasn't a whole lot. Like people do initiations and stuff like that on YouTube. I don't know what's going on, but there's not a lot of information that you get when your teacher hands you get your tools, right? The stuff that how you need to work on stuff, your study materials, and how you move forward, and how you pass this down to the next ones. It's rules to shit. Like how you just gonna go up, the stuff that you agree to in there is sacred. That's how I view it. What is your reason for even coming to this if you know that you're just trying to look at this as a money grab? You think you really gonna be able to keep them gifts that long? You think that that's really not gonna come with some type of uh you think that's not gonna come with some type of, you about to figure some shit out. You gonna fuck around and keep fucking around to find out. See? I'm a firm believer in doing things a certain type of way when it comes to initiation. But that's just me. Okay? That's just me. And the other people that agree with it. Okay? So that was the other part. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was getting to. That's the other part of the new when I went into that research, right? Where people weren't being properly they weren't being properly taught how to use arts. They just out here using the arts and do it like it's different types of ways and different ways of viewing things and doing things, especially when like even when I discussed about ascended masters that come to initiate certain people for certain things. No, they not human. Some of them may have been human before, but some of them didn't decide to come down here in many, many thousands of years. Many thousands. Thousands upon thousands. Okay. And someone tried to argue with that about that. I'm like, if you don't know what level in which I'm coming from, why would I even sit up here and try to explain something to you? Because you're coming to me wrong, number one. And number two, you know what? You fuck you, basically. Because I don't have time. It's too many levels to the game, right? I did not get to a read today. But, yeah. Some stuff is already in you. You can't even explain how you are a traditional healer. It's just in you. Like that girl that like it was something bigger than Reiki that was in her. Much bigger than Reiki. But in order for her to open up something that, you know, she go to Africa, she can just go. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kanok. I'm sorry, I ain't been looking at y'all. Hold on. Fire say all of the fake mysteries. Hold on, Chad. All of the fake mysteries, girl, okay? Fire say I had to get out of this stuff because of all of the fake mysteries. And then you got to be mindful. Like I said, where you are led, you are fed. Not just where you want to go and how you want to go. Bitch, you going to waste some gas. I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all not looking at y'all life like gas. You going to waste some gas. Just driving around. Yep, I'm going to go over here. I'm finna go over here and see them about that right there. Now, what you say in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and you carry your ass all the way from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Okay, I ain't geographically correct. And then you go all the way to China. We gonna say that. That's farther than a motherfucker. You carry your ass from one extreme to the other, right? Not you fight, but I'm saying how it go. Sometimes they carry themselves from one extreme to the other. It don't connect. I told y'all about that lady well, she wasn't the only lady, but people have come and told me. But that one lady was like, she was part of like a group and they were meditating together and all this shit here, and come to find out the two people that was over the group was stealing from them and taking their energy and doing all types of shit. It's like, and y'all don't, like, how do y'all calm down? I was almost about to start screaming. How is it? We talked about this before. It's the equivalent of you don't let everybody pray for you. My mama had that bad. She'd be like, I'm good. Okay? Like, you don't let everybody pray for you. Somebody want to see me. Today ain't the day, and tomorrow ain't looking good. I got too much on my plate, okay? And I ain't got but a salsa. Okay? So, yeah. like just joining stuff and doing stuff and all this right here. It was a man and a woman over the group or some shit. It was way back. I think I told y'all about this in 27, the end of 2017. Yes, that's the main thing, Kano. Discernment. But you know what else though? But what's this is the thing because it's just fucked up that people have certain types of gifts and will take advantage of other people. The other part of that though, Kano, is that it's a lot of people that really be wanting some help. They really want some answers. They just really want some comfort. They just, really want to be amongst people that at least they can just find themselves. Because sometimes people do lose themselves. This world can be very much so. People can get caught up in this world, caught up in their pain, caught up in their trauma, caught up in so many different types of things, and forget their name. A lot of folks ain't got nobody to depend on. They ain't got nobody that they can trust. They ain't got no like they go through spiritual awakenings too. Sometimes they ain't got nobody that's gonna really get it without getting them 5150 wretched. Okay? Calling them folks on. So I mean it's a lot of different ways, you know what I mean? And it's a lot. It's a lot. That's why I caught a lot of flack one time. I don't care. I said what I said, and I'm still saying it. Some people do need medicine. Some people do need some kind of assistance. I'm not saying get strung out on the shit, but some people do need it. Some people don't. Something has to give. Something got to give. Because at the end of the day, you got, people that may be trying to self-medicate in a way that may not be in alignment with their assignment. Because like it goes back into the spiritual war as well. If you got something that on you that you cannot get rid of by yourself and you going in here talking to these folks and they telling you that it's this, that, and the other, and bitch, it's a damn attachment. That's why you're going to have a doctor. You're going to have you a traditional healer. You're going to have you a doctor, a traditional healer, probably two doctors. I suggest two. A doctor, a traditional healer, a psychologist, and somebody, your pastor or something. I don't know, babe, something. Because sometimes when, your pastor has a discerning spirit, the ones that really be out here on that, like that right there. Call them to the front, please. Thank you. Call them to the front, call them to the front, call them to the front. The ones that need to be at the forefront of all of these. The ones that need to be at the forefront of a lot of these. When it comes to helping the people that have come in there into their space. Because that's a huge responsibility to have a building that you are gathering people in. And it's a mixture, it's a commingling of spirits. And if you are not connecting and covering these people and teaching them how to fight for themselves and also being able to call out the spirits that may be in some people. You know what I mean? Back note. You know what I mean? So it's very important. It's very important. So at any rate, I did not do a read. Let's pull one card. It all connects, Chad. We already talked about mental health. It all connects, Chad. A lot of times people don't be having a mental issue. They be having an attachment. If they don't have an attachment, it's maybe a chemical imbalance or something that is part of their genetic makeup that they came here to. There's always a metaphysical meaning for most of the things that ail the brain. It could even be your diet that's ailing your brain. That's true. Fire say she taking psychology. Hey, honey. Hey, honey. Five of Swords. Any conflict, confusion, or any comparison, comparing yourself to other people's journey or what have you, just take your time. Basically. All right? Just take your time. Take your time. Y'all a refuge for marginalized people. That's good, Susu. Tell people where they can come to your church, Chad. Okay, y'all follow Susu to go to church with her. All right, it's 2:27. Anastasia, you late. You going to have to catch the replay. Repressed emotions. Yeah, we talked about that. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get up out of here. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you again, Kano. Thank you, y'all, for the love and the support. Thank you. There's a new video on the tube. I did a live earlier, a little pep talk. All right. If you are in the foyer and the cellar, the indie reads will be dropping by tomorrow. Hopefully, I get them done tonight. If you have a personal read that was due today, I already sent it to you. Okay. And the ones that are due tomorrow will be sent tonight. All right, y'all. It is 2:27. All right. I'm gonna talk to y'all very much so soon. Oh, it's called the city. Okay, I'm glad I waited. City of Refuge. Uh-oh. City of Refuge, UCC. Bishop Yvette Flunder. That is so crazy. My mentor was talking this morning about. I was listening to my mentor, and my mentor was talking about how he said, how is it that they saying that a woman can't preach? If a woman can go to jail, a woman can preach. I just love that man. Cause I don't believe in religion like that, and he didn't believe in religion. But when I say Chad, I just be for whoever is really about that life. Cause you could tell when somebody know you could tell when somebody know. Oh, they know. And they so on top of their assignment. They so in. Chad, don't start your shit right now. You got work to do. All right, I'm gonna give me a little snack or something. I need to go get some trail mix. Get a little trail mix. All right, y'all. All right. Appreciate y'all. I will talk to y'all very much so soon.